This is Mercy.
Hi, Mercy. This is James with Pasadena Now.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good, good.
Good. Do you have a sec now?
I do. I have some possible items that you might consider
Great.
featuring. So I did my homework before we talked.
Well, thank
to make
you.
our conversation smooth. And then I emailed David back that we really have not much of a budget for much of anything around here. But if you can do 9 advertising as David had suggested in his proposal.
Okay, great. I'll review that with him. Thank you very much.
Okay. And then I sent over 2 ads that we're going to start having run in other media outlets. And I'd be really interested in just doing the analytics with you and then seeing if any of the stories that I'm going to pitch to you right now might fit into this sort of marketing plan that we might pick up with you. We start, as you know better than anyone almost, that we start really open enrollment and recruitment for next academic year when the school year starts. So
right.
While some people are thinking, oh, it's a new school year and I'm going to get to know my teacher, which I am too for my daughter, however, I'm thinking something quite different, and that is great. I want to get enrollment up for next academic year. So everything I'm doing now is a marketing opportunity to get people connected to PUSD.
Makes sense. Okay.
So I was thinking, obviously we have the Welcome Back event this Wednesday, the 10th at PHS. You're welcome to come and have an interview if you would like with Sean and Brian after the event and capture any of the highlights if that's of interest to you.
Oh, yeah. Now, what time is that?
It starts at, really people start arriving at 7:30. The teachers get there at 7:30, and the event itself kicks off at 8 o'clock, and it concludes by 10.
Okay. Perfect. That's a good one. I love it.
It's definitely a feel-good one because we have Volunteer of the Year and Teacher of the Year and Superintendent Awards, so it's really a nice celebration. And the theme for this year's event, and I think that you're going to see carried throughout this year, is really about our collective call to action in the service of children. And it's really kind of getting back to the basics of why we all came to this calling and really honoring our teachers and our educators and thinking about those teachers and educators in our own lives that help shape who we are today.
Great. Okay, well, we started that off with that story the other day, as you saw.
Yeah, no, totally. So that's the kind of, lead-in for us to really build on, these lifelong dreams that come true because of that counselor that got us into that college program or that teacher that helped us work through. So exactly that.
Perfect. Okay, that's great.
The story. So yeah, that really was a great lead-in. So there's this Wednesday, obviously, and I've already asked Sean and Brian to stick around for any media that might want to do any quick interviews with them on
perfect.
Some of the things for the year ahead. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you what I think are the big things for the year ahead.
Okay, great.
So that you might be able to, ask questions to that end. Also on the, just really quick before I get into that, then there's the first day of school, which is the 15th. It's different. It used to be we used to always start on a Wednesday, and now we're starting on a Monday. So next Monday school starts. And Brian will be at Muir, and I can get you the times if you're interested, and then he'll be at Field. So I don't know if there's a...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Kind of
no, we would definitely love to be at least one and hopefully both of those locations right along with him.
Okay, great. The interesting one at Muir will be that there's a community organizing group that's out working to gather adult African-American males, particularly, but leaders in the community to welcome our students back to school. And that initiative is being led by William Sims at PCC, if you want to look into that one a little bit more.
Yeah, I've tried to contact him repeatedly to no avail.
Let's see. There's some little meeting tonight he has. He's on Facebook. He's got his thing posted on Facebook. It's Black Men United for Change Back to School Day. He's got this call-in number and access code.
Okay, I'll try that then, because his regular emails and such he's not responding to. But we'll keep bugging him.
Well, you know Alex over at PCC, their PIO?
Yeah.
He knows all about this event, so I suggest going maybe through Alex.
Okay, great.
Because he sent me something a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so it's either one that you want to do. Just let me know. It's either Muir or Field Elementary School.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
So the interesting thing about Field, although I don't think the teachers are going to quite be there on their first day, but it would be awesome coverage, is that Sean Bird and Kathleen Sanchez and Dr. Stamer went to China a couple months ago at this point, and they recruited 5 teachers from China as a cohort to teach our classes at our Mandarin program over at Field Elementary School.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool to do some kind of a write-up on that piece alone, because that Mandarin dual language program, we are the only district, one of the few, I'm not saying the only, I correct myself, we're one of the few K through 12 districts that actually does a Mandarin program where you could literally go from K through 12.
Amazing. That is super.
Yeah. So this program is drawing people in from Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley, and it's so popular that we added another class this academic year.
Now, with these teachers, when you say recruited, they have come to this country and they will be teaching here for a period of time?
Yes, they are. The PUSD is working on assisting them with their visas right now and helping them get located. And exactly that.
Amazing. And are they actually here yet? Can they be interviewed?
They're not here yet. And once they're here, I would love to have you come on in and do a story.
Yeah,
but they're not here yet.
That's a great story.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it ties in well to the Chinese Tourism 2 initiative that the city is doing.
Yeah, you're right. The Chinese, everything the city is doing.
Yeah, and so I think it would be sort of interesting to, find out the mayor's perspective and anyways, it was just general interest, I think, on this particular story for a lot of people.
Great story. Great story.
We have, and so these are going to be really good quotes. If you were to ask Brian or Sean anything about these, they would be able to speak with enthusiasm. We're expanding our preschool options, and it also includes expanding dual language preschool options for families. And Hilda has a write-up she can send you. But definitely the preschool programs and even the after-school programs in PUSD are really strongly taking on the kind of curriculum that would support a student's success in a PUSD magnet or dual language or signature program.
Okay. Start them young, huh?
Start them young.
Yep.
And then I think one of the things I know Dr. Bird is very excited about is he's been planning for a year or two now, at least a year, and maybe he's only been here a year, a balanced literacy initiative that is bringing about 230,000 books to the district. And it's really focused on equipping teachers with professional development skills so that students' literacy needs are met early on, and the design behind it is to avoid having to pull children out of class for supplemental supports, but rather to start them off where they're at and provide them the right type of support in the classroom setting with their peers. And there's been some talk about this, considerable talk at the board this last year, and so this is the year that it rolls out.
And what is the name of this initiative? Is there a name?
It's Balanced Literacy Initiative.
Okay, balanced. Got it.
I think that there's obviously through our parent survey, we found out that families feel like the district should and could be more responsive to their needs. So not only have we done a lot around communication and customer experience and branding, but we also have an ombuds officer that's now on board. And Patrick Cahalan played a really big role in wanting to see that position come on board, and now it's rolling out. And it may be of an interesting story in terms of how this position is being used in the district and how people can take advantage of it. In the event that they, want to have a situation addressed with some level of anonymity. Mm-hmm. And the position reports to the superintendent and the board. Also, in the same vein, Gilbert Barraza, who was our PHS principal, is now our athletic director. So there's a strong focus on building up our athletic programs, and this position was funded by PEF, so we expect a lot of new things coming out this year for student athletes.
Is that district-wide or just at PHS?
It's district-wide. It's a district-wide athletic director position, and honestly, I don't know if we've ever had one.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought he was just going to be the athletic director at PHS.
No, district-wide.
Oh, okay.
How did I write that press release wrong?
Well, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying
no.
I'm usually in a state of confusion, Mercy. So that's just one more case.
No, you're not. Okay.
But actually, on a related subject, and not now, but at some point in time, I would love to clear the air about athletic directors' salaries, since we've heard so much probably misinformation about them not having any pay raises since 1902 or something ridiculous.
Oh.
So that is an issue. We've been contacted by many part-time coaches who served as coaches for the district over the years, alleging they haven't had a pay raise. I think the year they're citing is like 1992 or something. It's a stipend they receive anyway. It's really not pay. So, but at some point, if for no other reason than to clarify that situation, we should address it, but it's not urgent.
Okay, I just made a note of that.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Let's see, what else do we have? And then, there's a lot of work around human relations and inclusion and supporting our students. So we did hire an access and equity coordinator, and that's Trudell Skinner, formerly from Blair. So helping to get acquainted with her work and how she'll be working with PUSD students and families would possibly be an interesting story as well, too, for the community.
Absolutely.
First Choice Festival, more specifically with the work that David's going to be doing with us, just really getting the word out. We have the marketing done for that, where we've kind of upped the ante a little bit with the event, and really kind of focused on some seminars that we'll have available for families that will be there, and featuring just more programs. And I think, honestly, this would be so wonderful if this were an event that, check us out. PUSD is very different. If you're a resident of a community, if you're a realtor, there's a lot of reason to come and see what's happening within the public schools, and this is a great event, a great community event for anyone interested, grandkids, neighborhood community members to reacquaint themselves with the school district.
That's a great idea about realtors, and maybe the chamber should get people there too.
Yeah. So any help on, widening the scope of not just families thinking about where they're going to start their journey, but really anyone that's, not been happy with PUSD or, is kind of thinking about what we were in the past to where we are today.
Okay, perfect. And when is that?
I believe it is October 5th.
Okay, all right, so we have a little bit of time on that.
And actually, we're thinking about college now. I know you and I aren't, but some families might be. So the college fair has been bumped up to September 7th.
Okay.
So this is open to everybody in the community. You don't need to be a PUSD student, although it'd be really great if you came to it and then you're like, why don't I attend PUSD? This is awesome. But that has a wide scope of really anyone who's interested in college can attend this event.
Okay, that's great. I think we have that on our schedule already, actually.
Okay. And let me see what else I have for you. I think, we have all these new principals. And so if at any point it would be interesting to cover some of the where these new principals are at and how they're working with their schools, and what the vision that they're bringing. It's maybe not that sensational, perhaps, as I'm explaining it to you, but we do have a lot of new leadership in PUSD, and I think that's something that is a good thing because they're bringing fresh energy, and some of them are from within the organization, and some of them are coming from outside the organization and even outside state, for that matter.
Huh, interesting. We have published every one of the profiles, I believe, that you sent along to us, and we've noticed on Facebook. We've noticed there's been some really, really high readership on almost all of them, but some of them were like huge.
Who were the big ones? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember, but I think it was from larger schools,
like PHS.
Oh yeah, exactly, that sort of thing. But
yeah.
It also may have been personality based because I remember a lot of comments about, oh, I love her and things like that.
Oh, probably Blair and PHS.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking those were sort of the stories that I thought more immediate this week and next week, that might be of interest. I guess the one I'm probably the most excited about and somewhat biased is just the field one, because I think that's a real unique opportunity, educational opportunity that people are loving. They really are.
Do you think that let me start again. What is the chance that it will not be possible to obtain the visas and that this won't proceed?
I know that they're working. I don't think they're going to start the first day of school, and I think that's going to be a huge disappointment for families. And I think we're planning on having experienced subs in the room for up to 30 days, which, kind of a bummer. But I haven't heard that there's, at this point, that would be very difficult, first of all, for the parents if that happened. How about that?
Well, I'm just wondering if we should time the story to coincide with, completion of that process so that it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we should wait until they've gone through, but it would be a really good, exciting story to read, good readership once it comes through.
That'd be a good one. And I think if I've numbered this right, I think you've actually come up with close to a dozen stories.
Probably.
Yep. So this is great. This is really great.
Oh, and then, so we redesigned our parent-student handbook, and I'll give you a copy of it. And I think if people sort of want to get a glimpse of what's going on in PUSD, I think, again, a community member could pick it up and kind of get it. These parent-student handbooks are usually regulatory documents. It's like, these are the laws, ed code that protects you. But we looked at it differently this year, and we thought, you know what, parents, we keep this thing around for the whole year. Let's kind of turn it into a magazine/brochure and start plugging in other useful information that families can, pull from the handbook all year long. Like if you want to look at the graduate profile, you want to find out more about open enrollment dates, you want to go to the college fair, the state of schools, which, by the way, is the 27th of September.
Oh, okay.
It's all there for you to get engaged in the school all year long. And again, you could be a community member just sort of interested in what's going on in PUSD. And the handbook has been designed for a wider readership.
Is that available in PDF form?
It is, and on the 10th, I'll have it released online.
Okay, got it.
Of this month. So I could send you the link once I release it on the 10th.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was looking for that over the weekend. On the 27th, the State of the Schools, do you know where and when that will be?
It'll be at McKinley School, and it's from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, great. In the gym, I presume. No,
Yeah.
actually, McKinley. Yes, Jim. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this is great. You have given me a lot of homework here for me.
Super.
That's great. I appreciate it. I will go over this with Brandon tomorrow morning. Brandon will probably be the point guy on most of all of this. I don't know if you've
Okay.
interfaced him or met with him yet, but he's a great young guy, and he's really
Does he
doing
live in
a good job.
Rancho Cucamonga?
Actually, he has relatives there, but he doesn't live there. He lives here in Pasadena.
Oh, I thought he did. I think he went to Claremont schools. I think I've
Yeah.
talked to him before.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And he actually, his mom's a police dispatcher, and I don't know if you remember him, but his uncle was. Do you remember Commander Corporal with the police department? Huge guy.
What was his last name?
Corporal.
Corporal.
Huge guy.
When
Like
did he leave?
5 or 6 years ago. He left about 3 years ago. But he was
Oh,
maybe 6'5", big bulky guy, blonde but huge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that was his uncle, and sadly passed away already. Short
Really?
retirement. Yeah, yeah. But
Oh, that's
so
awful.
Brandon's tied into PPD in those ways, but he's a funny kid. He's a good guy.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be doing this.
I always get a little sad. I'm sorry. I got I just feel so bad when people from the public sector, they have stressful jobs and then they end up retiring and then their retirement is met with their fate very quickly.
And that's what happened in this case. Less than 3 years.
How old was he when he retired?
I don't know the particulars, but he wasn't very old. He really wasn't very old. He was in his 50s when he passed away.
Jeez.
So, I mean, he just went in for a checkup, and the doctor said, "I'm sorry, but you only have 2 months."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well,
so,
on
all
that
right.
side note.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your help, and we'll get cracking.
All right. Thanks, James. Have a great evening. Bye.
You too. Thank you, Mercy. Bye.